breaking down every false disguise. Spam wars flood the open gate. He reads the lies, he seals the breach. Every threat that tries to crawl meets a wall, meets a wall. Hear the call, the signal rise from the coast to mountain skies. When the shadows try to land, we stand. America, hold the line. America, tonight is mine. Tactical Templar, online, guard the flame, defend the light. America, hold the line. America, we rise, we rise. Templar, online, steal the heart, defend the light. In the dark of the midnight feed, he plants truth like a battle creed. No surrender, no retreat, just the thunder under his feet. From the screen to the steadfast shore, he stands for the things worth fighting for. One nation loud and alive. We endure, we survive. America, hold the line. America, tonight is mine. Tactical Templar, online, guard the flame, defend the light. America, hold the line. America, we rise, we rise. Tactical Templar, online, steal the heart, defend the light. Hold the line. We rise, we rise, we rise, we rise. Tactical Templar, defend the light. Morning breaks on the interstate. Steel birds cut the pale blue haze. From the farms to the harbor gates, one bright flag in a million ways. Hands that build and hands that mend. Hard-won miles from end to end. Every road and river name burns like iron in our veins. Hear the call, the signal rise from the coast to mountain skies. When the shadows try to land, we stand. America, hold the line. America, tonight is mine. Tactical Templar, online, guard the flame, defend the light. America, hold the line. America, we rise, we rise. Tactical Templar, online, steal the heart, defend the light. In the grid of a million screens, he moves like a ghost through coding beams. A chrome cross night with the focused eye, breaking down every false disguise. Spam wars flood the open gate. He reads the lies, he seals the breach. Every threat that tries to crawl meets a wall, meets a wall. Hear the call, the signal rise from the coast to mountain skies. When the shadows try to land, we stand. America, hold the line. America, tonight stands truth like a battle creed. No surrender, no retreat, just the thunder under his feet. From the screen to the steadfast shore, he stands for the things worth fighting for. One nation, loud and alive. We endure, we survive. Junk and bone, she'd trinkets stacked like a rusted throne. He sold his soul for a price tag, grinned and fed on the shame that he called a win. He raised black banners in the dawn, pointing at songs till the voices were gone. But every lie leaves a stain in stone, and every thief ends up standing alone. False flag burn, your banners turn to ash. False flag alert, the crowd has joined at last. Greed in your hands and envy in your eyes. False flag fall when the whole world rises. He hunted cards in the velvet haze, chasing bright treasure through fevered days, flipping his relics for silver and pride, while faithful friends were cast aside. He called for the chains, for the mute, for the break, for every voice he could make the world take. But the halls grew loud with the thunderous call, and neighbors stood shoulder to shoulder in fall. No crown for the man who feeds on fear, no feast for the one who poisons the year. He dragged his name through mud and fire, then found the bridge burned by his own desire. False flagger burn, your banners turn to ash. False flagger learn, the crowd has joined. sing. No fraud outlives the dawn we bring. False flag burn, your banners turn to ash. False flag alert, the crowd has joined at last. Greed in your hands and envy in your eyes. False flag fall when the whole world rises.
Hello, brothers. Welcome back to the show. It's so good to see you guys again. What a Saturday. What a Saturday indeed. Guys, I'm glad that you're here with me today. I'm still feeling under the weather, but I'm here because there are things that I need to talk about, want to talk about. And even if I'm not feeling well, I'm still going to give it my best and give it my all. So that's what we're doing today. Now, I got a wide variety of topics to cover. I hope that we're going to be able to get to all of them. We're going to talk about women's suffrage. Okay. We're going to talk about women's suffrage and why I think that was a major mistake. We're going to talk about Pokimane having baby fever, which, I mean, just, you know, I don't have any sort of like superpower where I can see into the future, but I predict these things. All the time I predict these things. You know, people, they want to say that I'm crass or, you know, maybe I'm a little bit mean in the way that I talk, but it just, I know this stuff. That the women who say online that I want to be single forever, I want to be, I want to be just hot girl summer forever, it's a lie. And there will come a point, and this is something that we don't tell young girls, you know, women that are reaching adulthood, we don't tell them this. You know, we fill women's heads with the idea that you can have it all, you can do it all. No, hot girl summer forever. You can just basically shirk all your responsibilities until you're like 40 and you're just going to be able to pick up and do whatever you want. No, it's not a reality. It's never been a reality. The reality is that your prime years are between the ages of 18, I'd say probably to 27. We'll say 28. So we'll say between the years of 18 to 28 are your prime years. You got a decade. And in that decade, you should, as soon as possible, settle down, find a man, get married, and start having kids. Within that decade. Your schooling, your job, your career, meaningless. Because you can go to school after you've had kids and after they're out of the house, you can go to school. You can go, you know what? I want to go to school. I want to learn about this. You can do that. If you, when your kids are out of the house, you can go and get a job somewhere if you want. But it doesn't work the other way around. It's not the case that you can go to school, get a job, and then find a husband on the other side, and then have a bunch of kids. No, it doesn't work that way. And by the time that you figure that out, it's too late. It's too late. You're too old. Nobody wants you. You got too many bad habits you picked up, too much girl bossing, and now you're miserable and you're going to vote Democrat for the rest of your life because you need the government to take care of you. You need the government to basically just supplement your lifestyle. So you're going to vote for any socialist that'll give you social handouts. I mean, really, that's what it is. It may not be comfortable to say, but it's the truth. We got our RPG Addict over on Twitch saying the diary of the daughter of Joe Biden was stolen and leaked. Creepy Uncle Joe possibly molested his own daughter. A PDF file of the journal is a PDF file of the journal is at least or was on the Internet Archive. What is Trump going to do? The same thing he did about Obama? Yeah, I don't think Trump is going to do anything with that. I just don't. It's unfortunate. I wish Trump had the fire to go after his political opponents. I do. I wish that Trump was the dictator that the left pretends him to be. I wish Hassan Piker was in jail. That would be a show like, you know, Hassan Piker is a radical, and he's somebody that says a lot of really atrocious and terrible things. But more than just focusing on Hassan, it's what Hassan represents. That you can be an anti-American, pro-terrorist, violent, rhetoric-spewing freak, and there's not going to be any consequences. More than just going after Hassan because it's Hassan Piker, I would rather them go after Hassan to send a message that anyone, and I mean anyone, that espouses this ideology, there's going to be a punishment. There's going to be a consequence. You need to set a standard. And we don't have standards anymore. There is no will to enforce laws, really, or to have some sort of moral principle. We have a judicial system that's filled with left-wing activists that are just some of the absolute worst. You know? So, yeah, we got a couple of topics to cover today. Again, I'm not feeling 100%, but I'm still here because there are things that I want to talk about, things that I want to go over, and I'm going to do it as long as I can. For those that don't know, I'm not going to go too much into detail because it's kind of gross. But I caught the Taco Bell bug. You know, it wasn't from Taco Bell, but it's like the lettuce bug. Yeah, what is it called? Cyclophorasis or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, I got the bug, and it's been brutal for the past couple days. It's been absolutely brutal. So, but I'm still here because the show must go on, you know, as long as it can. So, anyway, let's get into it. Here's a link. Cyclospora. Yeah, I think that is what it is. I think that is what it is. It's brutal. I gotta be honest with you guys. It is absolutely brutal. I do not recommend. Do not recommend. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Oh, by the way, for those of you that may be new here, the way that it works, we do have text-to-speech super chats on YouTube. If you donate to the channel, $5 and up, your text-to-speech message will be read on. The voice will play on stream, and everyone will be able to hear what you have to say. So, if you want to donate to the channel and you want to have a comment be heard, that's the way to do it. You are not obligated or required to donate at all. But as I say, every donation is appreciated, and it goes to help me and the channel. So, it says, I am surprised I haven't picked it up from work. the Bay Area of MI got some of the worst of it. And I have had to set up stool cultures constantly for the past week. That's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Brothers, whenever I approach a topic like this, people just immediately, instinctually want to vilify me because they've been fed a diet of feminism and just this rot gut, brain dead bullshit for so long that me saying the truth, it's like sunlight to somebody that's been in a dark closet for the past 10 years. So when I tell women that their career doesn't really matter, their schooling and education doesn't really matter. I mean, sure, you want to go to high school and stuff like that, but in terms of going to college, that doesn't really matter. What matters is that your prime years are from the ages of 18 to 28. And within that time, you should, as quickly as possible, when you turn 18, be looking for a man to settle down and get married with because you want to have that foundation for the rest of your life. But also, more importantly, you want to start having kids. A lot of kids. That is the key to a happy life for most people. For most people, that is going to be the key to happiness in the half end. Now, unfortunately, you have an entire society and media apparatus, a government that says, no. That's not the key to happiness. The key to happiness is when the time you turn 18, go to school, get, tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars into debt, then go get a job that, the entire structure they view you as disposable. You are disposable to that corporation. And instead of being subservient to a husband, you are subservient to a boss. You are subservient to a corporation that doesn't value you. And that's where you spend the bulk of your time getting money so that you can buy materialist stuff until something happens. At a certain point, you will reach an age where your biological clock will start buzzing. Not literally, but inside you will start having these weird thoughts like, wait a minute, what the fuck am I doing? Like, oh, I want a kid. Like, what's happening here? And that's when the panic really sets in. You realize that you've wasted your best years acquiring something that is worthless to benefit a corporation that doesn't value you. And all the materialism in the world doesn't do anything to fill the void that was born of you not choosing a husband and a family. So, I may be a little bit harsh, maybe a little bit direct, but it's the truth. And we're seeing that in real time. Because today, we're talking about Pokimane. Pokimane just uploaded a video. Now, this may be just Pokimane, doing this for attention, granted. But there are people that are in this position all over the United States where they have been fed the lie of feminism that you will feel rewarded and you will be rewarded if you just go down this feminist pipeline. If you sacrifice your femininity and you sacrifice, having a husband, having kids, you will be rewarded by the system, but it never is a reward. It never is a reward. It's sort of like the whole thing with the monkey's paw with a genie, where you think that the wish that you're making is, everything that you wanted. You're like, I want $1 billion. And the genie goes, fine. And he, snaps his snaps his fingers, claps his hands, and all of a sudden, you're buried. You're killed by $1 billion worth of gold bars falling on your head and killing you. Like, this is feminism. It sounds good until you. Well, it doesn't really sound good, but to them it sounds good. It isn't really good, but it sounds good to them. I just want to make that clear. Feminism doesn't sound good to anyone with a functioning brain, but when you're in that position, you're like, you mean I can do what I want, when I want, how I want, nobody can tell me what to do, and they're not going to tell me anything? And yeah, that works right up about the time, You have a kid who's like, oh, I can eat ice cream every meal of the day. Oh, perfect. And then they do. And then they vomit everywhere. And they feel sick and they feel terrible. That's feminism. You can have candy and ice cream every meal of the day. Oh boy. Well, eventually there's a consequences involved. And that's why my approach isn't seen as popular, but it is the one that leads to the better alternative. It is the more balanced option. So here we go. Here we got Pokimane talking about having baby fever.
I need all the guys to scroll. This is just for the ladies, okay? I think I have baby fever. And it's annoying because, like, mentally, logically, I don't want a child. But sometimes it feels like biologically, my body is saying, have a baby. It's just whispering in the back, why not? Think about it. Like, my ovaries are playing tricks on me. I can't be the only one, right? How do I get rid of this, though?
I mean, is that not the most pathetic thing? Is that not the most pathetic thing you've ever heard? So her body is telling her, have a baby. She's going to ignore it, by the way. She's going to ignore it because she's an idiot and she's one of these, low IQ vapid narcissists, which, by the way, is a boon to the planet. Her not reproducing is a boon. We don't need more people like her. We just don't. Vapid, demented narcissist is insane. But here's the thing. What she said there is unfortunately something that a lot of girls in today's society have been brainwashed into believing. That there's something wrong, or that it's, how do I get rid of this? Well, you don't get rid of it. It's one of the most important things that you could do. And you treat it like a joke, like it's, like it's a bit of an upset stomach. My ovaries are playing tricks on me. No, for the love of God, your ovaries are trying to save you from the loneliness and despair that is coming your way, like a freight train. I'm done playing these games. These dumb broads have no fucking clue what it's going to be like when they have nobody. When their parents are dead and they have, some of them have siblings, but the siblings go on and either they live a normal life, they have their own family. These women are going to be hags and they're going to be alone. And it's going to be darkness. You're going to have to pay for people to take care of you. It's going to be a misery. And at the end of your life, do you really think that Pokimane's going to say, I wish I had done more streams so that I could get more stuff? I could get more money? Do you really think that's what she's going to say at the end of her life? No. She's going to say, I would do almost anything to go back and not be such a stupid, spoiled whore. I would give almost anything to not be such an arrogant egotist and actually take it seriously and have a family the way that my parents had a family and their parents had a family and their parents had a family. These are the people that are promoting being a genetic dead end, killing off their entire lineage. And again, in the case of Pokimane, she's such a revolting and awful person, I don't really care. But this is something that I think most average women should hear. That if you're considering getting a job at McDonald's or you're considering getting a job, somewhere else, and that's your thing, you're going to start making money, you should be looking to date and you should be looking to find a man to get married and have kids. So, this is something that I've said for a long time. I know that there are retards who say, oh, isn't that incel energy? No, it's the opposite. No, the incel energy is basically centered around something completely fucking different. I'm saying that women like Pokimane should humble themselves and realize that it's a biological reality that you should have kids. You should want to have kids. That should be the most normal and natural thing in the world to have kids. But instead it's a complete rejection of reality, and then wondering, oh, why is my body doing this? Why is my body telling me this? You know, it just, for me, I will do a video like this explaining this, even if it comes at a personal detrimental cost to me or my channel, because I think that the message is important. I understand that what I'm saying is not popular because it's telling selfish people to do something that is not selfish. I know. It's telling people that are inherently selfish and narcissistic, and in some cases downright stupid, to do something that is in their own best interest for the long term and not the immediate short term. That's what I'm saying. And by the way, this isn't a woman bad thing. This is a Pokimane bad. Pokimane is awful. But this isn't a woman bad thing. This is a women have the ability to be good thing. Women have the ability to do good. And that's what you should choose. And ultimately, it is a choice. If you want to be a sterilized dead end, that is your choice. But I think that you will thank yourself in the long run if you reject feminism, you reject modernity, and you embrace tradition. I think that will be the best thing in the long run. And you know what? You take a look at people in the streaming space, the people that are getting older, you know, the males and the females, and you look at their life, and I think that a lot of them would be better off if they were married. I do. I do. I think a lot of them would be better off if they were married. And they were married to decent women who wanted to bear them children and treated the relationship as the valuable thing that it was. But honestly, what I think is that marriage has been devalued so much over the last like 30, 40 years. It's been devalued, and having kids has been devalued, and selfishness has been glorified. We don't even have conversations about duty anymore. People don't think, I have no duty. People have actually said, they've gotten mad. They go, I have no duty to my family. I have no duty to my community. I have no duty to my church. You know, you have people that are saying, I have no duty to anything. Other than me, other than my instant happiness. That is such a failure on so many fucking levels. That is a failure on so many levels. No, you do have a duty to your family and the sacrifices that your family members of the past made for you. You should honor them. You should continue your lineage if you can. I don't know. These people are just... I really don't like streamers. I don't like progressives. I don't like streamers. I don't like this culture. I don't like this mindset because it hurts people in the long run. And I know that the thing to say immediately is, oh, girl power. No, you go and you get a job. But I'm telling you, I've seen the ramifications. I've seen the result of what happens to women when they do that and they forgo a family completely. Now, don't get me wrong. There are certain women that are just cold. There are certain women that are cold and they're not wired that way. I get it. That's not the majority. That's not even a fraction worth talking about, but it is something that exists. So if that's not you, if you are one of those hardwired cold people, then fine. But even still, I think you would be better off having a kid, trying to have a family. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I want to thank you for watching. Yeah, I mean, just silly video from Pokimane. I think she does it for attention, but I do think that the topic is important enough to cover regardless, because there are some women who do listen to stuff like this, and I just wish they didn't. I wish that they would take advice from people that want the best for them, rather than these selfish virtue signalers like Pokimane that just have no clue what awaits them. Anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. All right. Let me upload this real quick. Was right. Okay. All right. Got that. Oh man. As brutal. That was a tough sneeze. Oh man. All right, let's take a look. How we doing? How are we doing, guys? By the way, I didn't even ask you guys. How was your weekend? How was your weekend, guys? Didn't even ask you. You know, I'm slipping. We're not even asking about the weekend anymore. Yeah, well, what have we become? All right, let's see. Okay. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up the next video. Oh gosh. Give me 1 second. It says, if I were to get married, a woman could take away everything I've built up now, especially if I have a child with her. Change these rules. I understand what you're saying. I would recommend finding a woman through the church. I'm not saying that that's going to be like a foolproof plan, but it is preferable. Finding a woman through the church, somebody that is devout, I do think that will go a long way to sort of not eliminate but alleviate some of the guilt. Some of the issues surrounding. But I do understand what you're saying. I do get it. There's a lot of risk involved. There is. But there's risk involved in anything. There's risk involved in life, but God's got this. That's the reality. God's got this. And so that's why I would encourage people not to just immediately give up. This is church girls are so Doyle says he doesn't like church girls. Well, if you don't like church girls, well then I guess you don't marry one. But let's see. Okay, let's see. All right. I am aerospace welding school. And you think I take that risk? Better that well, I mean, the Bible commands you to get married and multiply. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say. Like, I understand in today's climate there are risks involved. There's risk involved in everything. Whatever you do, there's going to be a risk. I think the bigger risk is doing what people have been programmed to do by media, by movies, by Hollywood, by, liberal governments. And that is to reject marriage, reject the union that is of God, and reject having children. I think all those are bad options. Be fruitful and multiply is not, I understand it's not going to be for everyone. I get it. There's fake conservative women infiltrating said spaces. Listen, I didn't say to go in and not be aware and mentally prepared, and you as a guy, I'm not saying to not have your wits about you and, be knowledgeable about that stuff. But at the same time, you can't live your entire life based on fear. You can't live your entire life based on fear. Otherwise, you're not going to do anything. And so, yes, there is a higher risk that if you get married, there's a chance you can get burned. But at the same time, the only way forward that you're going to be able to get married and have kids is if you choose a woman. I mean, that's what it is. Yeah. I mean, you gotta vet your woman carefully. That's why you date for a while, You don't just jump into marriage. You date for, I think, probably 6 months to a year is a good amount of time to date somebody before you get married. But you date 6 months to a year. You gauge how she interacts with your family. Like, guys, I'm talking about basic shit here. This is like 101. You don't just jump into marriage. If you find a girl that you like, there's a reason why you introduce her to the family. There's a reason why you have like a period where you sort of integrate to see if she's a fit. Now, usually people aren't going to be able to put on a mask for like a year. So by a year's time, that's a pretty good amount of time to gauge if that person is going to be right for you. And if they are, then you get married under the church. And if you get married under the church, then there's certain things the church can do to step in if, for example, she is unfaithful or something like that. There's things that the church can do. But I'm not saying to just jump in blindly. But when Jesus says be fruitful and when God says be fruitful and multiply, yeah, you can't be fruitful and multiply with a guy. It's got to be a girl. The women in church are feminists. Yeah, that may be true, but not all of them are. That may be true. You are going to have to be more diligent than you were in the past. You're going to have to use your judgment. I have faith. Human beings are born from the minds of predators, and I don't mean predators in a sexual way. I mean predators like we were hunting animals for years. We have the ability to recognize patterns. We have the ability to recognize things. I believe that if you actually put your brain to it, you put your mind to it. Tackman says, do people not know what courting is? Yeah, it's like, it's one of the reasons why I disagree with the red pill stuff. There's certain things that I think are absolutely valid within the red pill stuff. But you've got to be aware of the stuff, but you can't just ignore it. Like, oh, I'm not going to get married. I'm not going to have kids. I'm just going to be an island. No, you can't. You're right, but the problem is that women have more rights than we do. In a number under... Yeah, of course. There are risks in everything, and it may be painful. But the fact is that if you choose to do nothing because of a potential risk, I think that's the worst option. You can always replace your money. You can always replace your money. You can always replace your stuff. But if you have kids, those are irreplaceable. If you have kids, says it is too late. The social contract has been broken, and there is no going back to the way things were. I think that I understand the frustration. I do. But if you abandon marriage, marriage is an institution of God. I think it speaks to how demoralized young men are these days. Yeah, I think so too. I think that young men have been demoralized through years of campaigning, and I do think it is the work of the devil. I don't think it's a coincidence that of all the things, marriage and having kids and being a family, the nuclear family has been what's under attack. I think it's the devil. I think it's these demons that have sought to create a divide in one of God's greatest triumphs, which is the union between men and women. You know, the bond there, where women were created to help Adam, help man. You have to be aware of what's going on today, but you cannot allow yourself to become black-pilled. You just can't. Otherwise, you're going to live in a state of perpetual misery. You know, I'm just telling you. Yeah, and the number of abortions, it's insane. The number of abortions is just outrageous. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Oh, what's that? On the Alex Jones show. I'll be hosting. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Wow, that's something else. It appears that I'm inviting the Quartering and Andrew Wilson on the Alex Jones show. I'll be hosting all of next week, besides Monday. I would like to do an update to the streams/debates we've done so far. Their statements and predictions have not aged well. Let's talk about it. Both have confirmed. Oh gosh. Oh man. No. Didn't learn your lesson last time, huh? Can't Monday. I can later in the week though. Hey, it looks like you're about to eat crow. So wait, the Quartering is going to show up on Rex Jones, but not Yellow Flash? Wow. Wow. That's crazy. Man. That's absolutely crazy. Yikes. I mean, so Quartering duct Yellow Flash twice. But it will be interesting indeed. Okay. Find a wife. Okay. We're gonna move on topics. We're gonna move on to the next topic. Okay. So we're gonna talk about Brothers, they just can't help themselves. The meddlesome busybodies at these gaming corporations just can't stop meddling. They can't stop futzing and quote unquote fixing and pandering to a modern audience. It is insane. They will take any successful IP and they will either ruin it through an adaptation or a reboot, or even if they take something and they're like, okay, well, we're just going to do a remaster, they'll still find a way to mess it up. And that's what we have to talk about today. Halo Combat Devolved. You know, you had one job to do, which is to make Halo cool. And you know what nobody wants in Halo? Unattractive, butch, girl boss women. Nobody. Nobody has asked for that. Not a single person in the Halo fandom who is actually a fan wants butch, ugly, girl boss women. None. It's never happened. It's never gonna happen. It never will happen. It never can happen. But you continue to do it. Why? Why would you do this? I just did a video about a week or so ago talking about Xbox, how they could recover their brand and reputation, how they could get back on the map. Well, one of the ways that you do that is by making Halo an unstoppable must-play gaming experience and franchise. Once again, it is dead right now. Nobody is really talking about Halo. Nobody is interested in Halo at this point. It has been surpassed 1,000 times over. But you have that blueprint. You have the genesis of that. It's like when Rabute Gillum was injured and they put him in the stasis pod. When you need Master Chief, you can break that stasis and bring him out and make him a badass, unstoppable machine that makes him a mascot for the Xbox brand the way that he used to. You could do that, but you don't. Because the people working there, first of all, they're not the people that were originally there, but they've been replaced with these sad, dour, bitter, LGBTQ progressive feminist drones. And it's repulsive. Some of these women are like anorexic, thin, face looking like they got hit with a bunch of like nail guns. And then other women are just obscenely fat. It's like looking through like a funhouse mirror of women. And these are the women in HR. These are the women that are now developing the game. The studios are not run in a patriarchal format, a hierarchy. It's now all right, now everyone give your feedback. Everyone give your opinion. Because that's the only way that something like this makes sense. Because if there was a man in charge, he would never let this happen. And I mean an actual greasy, gristled Halo veteran. He would say, fuck no, we're not having some ugly hag girl boss her way through this.
I'm Lieutenant Williams, Tiger Company.
You don't seem as impressed as the rest of your crew.
No, Sergeant Major, I'm not. Takes more than fancy armor and a good PR. I'm Lieutenant Williams, Tiger Company.
Didn't we get a Lieutenant Williams in Mass Effect? Ashley Williams?
You don't seem as impressed as the rest of your crew.
No, Sergeant Major, I'm not. Takes more than fancy armor and a good PR campaign to impress me. Not bad, Spartan.
I'm almost starting to believe the propaganda.
Nice work.
Thanks. Spartans aren't the only badasses in the
Oh, God. Man. You know how certain things that they say in a very crass and crude way, you know how certain people say that action from a guy dried up a woman's pussy? Nothing could dry up my wallet faster than watching this. Nothing could dry up my wallet. It's like there is no way. Are you fucking kidding me? Who approved this? Who thought this was a good idea? You have Halo. Do you know what Halo's about? It's sort of similar to Warhammer. And the way that it's about brotherhood. It's about camaraderie. You know, you could say it's not really about brotherhood, but it is in a sense that you want to have like this feeling, this atmosphere of a bunch of badasses, a bunch of guys going to war, getting shit done. Women are at home. They're not on the battlefield. Unless it's a special exception, but oh my gosh. This is why you're failing. And no one is willing to tell you, because the truth is, everyone wants a sponsorship deal. Everyone wants to tell you that, oh man, you're amazing. No, this is a great idea. This is the best idea. No one's ever had a better idea than this. Yeah, what you need is a tough talking girl boss. You know, the punchline is, yeah, she talks like a man, but she's not a man. She's a girl, because girls get it done. No, this is disgusting. It's revolting. It's unnatural. And you know what? The people that are telling you that this is good, they just want your money. They want your attention. Me, I don't give a shit. You're never going to sponsor me. You're never going to want to know what I think, but I'm going to tell you it anyway because it's the best thing for you. It's sort of like the best medicine is bitter. Well, I am the bitter medicine. I am the one that is here to tell you what you need to do to save Halo. You need to fire anyone that was responsible for bringing this abomination into the game. You should never have another female character like this again. If you want to have a female character in the game, you had a good thing with Cortana. You fucked it up by making her ugly. You can undo that. You can make Cortana attractive again. But if you wanted to do something different, you could have a female logistics officer who works behind a desk, who's attractive, who's helpful. And they've done this for years with Hitman. Agent 47 has Diana. Like 007 has Moneypenny. Like you can do something that works to bring in if that's your highest calling. You're saying, I want to bring in a woman because I want to have women in the mix. You can do that. But the prerequisite to that is they cannot be in a combat role. You cannot be in a combat role. And Chaz says, UNSC DEI hire. Just put Chief in cryo and hire more they thems against the flood. Oh wait, they are pro-flood. They are pro-flood. They are pro-flood. And again, I say this as the bitter medicine that you should be taking. You should be firing anyone that doesn't understand Halo. Anyone that doesn't understand the market of Halo. If I were in charge of this, the first thing that I would do is I would be making this the most masculine campaign and game anyone has ever seen. I'd say our market is not women. We basically, we don't even want women to the game, which by the way, when you tell women that they're not welcome, that's when they all want to play whatever you're doing. So, giving you a little bit of insight into, the way that women think. Doing this stuff, they don't care. They'll look at this and like, oh, that's neat. And they'll go back to playing, Hello Kitty Island Adventure. But if you really want to get women involved, tell them that have something hyper masculine, hyper badass, hyper aggressive, and then have a girl that's like the logistics girl. Can't really fight. She's just an average girl, and she's surrounded by these bulking, beefy, badass men. Oh yeah, every girl will want to cosplay whoever you put in there. Yeah, I mean, if the design is cool. But that's what you need to be thinking about. Women need to be in desk jobs in the future. If you actually have a woman like this, it's not going to work in 2026. It's not. I'm the only person that's going to tell you the truth on this. Everyone else is going to lie to you because they want something from you. I don't want anything from you other than I want you to be good. I want you to be the best that you can be. And the best that you can be, Halo, the best that you can be, Microsoft, is by making a hyper-masculine, a toxically masculine game from your perspective. Which, by the way, there is no such thing as toxic masculinity. All forms of masculinity are just fine. No, what you need to be worried about is toxic femininity. Toxic femininity is the actual poison that is corrosive to society. So, take my advice on this. Do not allow yourself to be swayed by the people in positions of authority at your company that tell you that this is the right thing to do.
UNSC. I'm Lieutenant Williams, Tiger Company.
You don't seem as impressed as the rest of your crew.
No, Sergeant Major, I'm not. Takes more than fancy armor and a good PR campaign to impress me. Not bad, Spartan.
I'm almost starting to believe the propaganda.
Nice work.
Thanks. Spartans aren't the only badasses in the UNSC.
Now, I want to contrast this, okay? We are going to contrast this real quick. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a female character from another game set in the future. That's what we're going to do. We're going to show you another character from Mass Effect.
Miranda, you're one of my crew. Tell me what's on your mind.
My father was extremely wealthy. He wanted the ideal daughter, and he paid a great deal to genetically tailor me. When I learned that my father was more interested in controlling a dynasty than raising a daughter, I left.
How did your father take that?
He was less than pleased. Several of his security guards were injured in the process. He knows not to come after me. But this isn't about me. I have a sister, a twin, and he's still hunting her. Cerberus has kept her safe, until now. She's living a normal life on Ilium, safe and hidden from my father.
So you think your father has tracked her down?
Precisely, Commander. My sources indicate he knows that she's on Ilium. I've tried to keep her hidden without impacting her life, but I'm out of options. He's too close. I need to relocate my sister's family before it's too late.
So, my point here, okay? Miranda Lawson is an acceptable character because she's hot. And she's got an interesting backstory. And her costume is interesting. They knew what they were doing. You see what I'm saying? You see the difference here? I shouldn't have to explain this to you, but you goons are so fucking retarded, I have to go back to basics. The reason that this works, the reason that people like Miranda Lawson, and the reason that people don't like your character is multivaried. But it is very simple. On one hand, you've got an ugly, butch, crass, obnoxious, gross member of the team that's pretending to be like the guys, pretending to be a male. On the other side, you've got Miranda Lawson, who's hot. And she got a good voice actress with a nice voice. And they have all the right camera angles. They knew what they were doing. They're masters of their craft. And so I have to go back to basics on this because so many people just fundamentally do not understand. When you are telling a story, you have to think about what is it that the audience, what is it that they're going to gravitate towards? What are they going to gravitate towards? What are they going to be interested in? And the thing that drives me up a wall, the thing that makes me furious, is there is more information at your fingertips than ever before to establish what audiences want. There is more information. You have hour-long video essays for free on YouTube. You've got forums with pages and pages and pages and like 100,000, millions of posts from people around the world, both on internet forums, on social media. You have more information. You have billions of different comments that you could go to, or videos and information to tell what people want, and yet you still ignore it. And Halo, it's so simple. You take the formula of Warhammer. What is good about Warhammer? Well, let's see. You've got you've got the war aspect, but it's more than just war. You've got the just unbridled masculinity, the badassery, the honor, brother. We're stopping the Xeno filth. We're stopping the Xeno scum. We're going to obliterate them. We're coming together as a team, a chapter, a unit. We're going to obliterate those bastards, those fucking orcs. They're gone. The Terminids, they're gone. The Tau, they're gone. Like that type of atmosphere, that type of energy, and all the different characters, like Commissar Yarrick, like these characters. Commissar Yarrick is not like an Astartes. He's not. He's a commissar. He's like a human. He's a modified human, but he's a human. His story is interesting. There are many interesting stories. You don't have to have everything be one-dimensional, but what I'm saying is there are certain beats that you have to hit. The reason that in Warhammer, the Tyberos the Red Wake of the Cocaridons, the reason why he's so popular is, he's one of the biggest, most hulking space marines. He's an absolute behemoth. And he's just obscenely loyal. And he tells the enemy to, he tells his allies this too, because they often second guess him. They say to measure my loyalty in the number of dead heretics. That's what I'm saying here. There are things that work. There are things that don't work. So far, you've only been doing things that don't work. Maybe, just maybe, it's time to try the things that work.
Sister?
She's my genetic twin. We're identical, but she deserves a normal life, and she's going to get it no matter what.
Does your sister's family know about this? Are they okay with being relocated?
They know nothing. They're completely uninvolved. Normal. I told Cerberus, and they're coming up with a positive reason to move the family.
What do you need me to do?
My father is extremely persistent. I'd like to go to Ilium when Cerberus is moving the family to make sure none of his agents get too close. My contact's name is Lantea. She'll be waiting for us in the lounge near the Nos Astra docking bay.
Anyway, I think my point is clear. That if these companies, if you want to do well, you need to fire the people at your companies who are telling you that you need diversity, equity, and inclusion. You need to fire the people that are telling you that the only path forward is by, the only way that people are going to accept this is if you bring in, a female character, like a space marine, but she's a girl. A Spartan, but she's a girl. Oh, you got to bring in female, butch, military girl boss. No, you don't. Anyone who says that's the way forward, that person should be fired. And going forward, you should have a simple rule. That if it doesn't do something to benefit the franchise and to make you money, then that decision is not going to be approved. And by the way, to any game devs out there, by bringing in these ugly, butch, ridiculous girl bosses, you are being an accelerationist to your own demise. I don't mean that in terms of like your physical demise, but your career. Like, your reputation is already mud at this point. Nobody really respects game devs anymore. Not really. But your career, it's on the line. And you're going to get more and more people that are okay with AI. AI coming in and replacing you, because AI will at least do what it's told. And AI, at the very least, if the prompts are correct, will generate and create things that are beneficial to the consumer. Meaning that they'll have a prompt, create, a badass, beautiful, femme fatale character, and they'll make somebody that's actually beautiful rather than making her ugly and, like a Frankenstein's monster. Anyway, no more gargoyles. Okay? Anyway, that'll do it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay. Halo. Okay, give me 1 second. Go over there and look. Somebody either subscribed or... Okay. All right, we got let's see. We got Baked Buddhist with a $2 donation. Thank you, my friend. Finances over fifis. Absolutely. Absolutely finances over fifis. That is the correct way to view it. In fact, it's the only way to view it. Thank you for your donation, my friend. I appreciate, at this point, you know the drill, but I appreciate every donation. Whether it's $1, whether it's $2, whatever it is, I appreciate all of it. I appreciate your guys' financial support. Yeah, I can't even begin to thank you enough. Yeah, thank you. All right. Let's see. Comment. Devolve. Let's see. Jim Banks. Oh yeah, well at least this is somewhat good news. Republicans have fucked this up so bad.
You and your fellow senators, quite frankly. Republicans are frustrated that their Republican senators aren't able to get voter ID, proof of citizenship, and some of the other parts of the Save America Act across the finish line. I want you to shoot it very straight with us. Is there a chance, is there a snowball's chance in hell that we get the Save America Act in any iteration through the Senate to the president?
Well, this is the 5th time the House has passed the Save America Act. I'm frustrated, too. The Senate should abandon the so-called traditions and the filibuster rules, nuke the filibuster, do whatever it takes to pass the Save America Act. I think the NDAA and the upcoming reconciliation package that the House is going to send over to the Senate are the best opportunities that we have to pass Save America Act requiring voter ID. The NDAA is very important for our troops and our military. And by the way, Democrats are blocking funding for our military at a time when we need to replenish our munition stockpiles and support our military. So that's the perfect bill to put the Save America Act in. The Democrats are all against it. They don't want to support our military, and the Democrats don't want voter ID. So let's put every Republican on the record in support of it and pass it and save this country and head into the midterms with the best hand that we have to keep the majorities in the House and the Senate. I fear what will happen if we don't pass the Save America Act on Election Day in the midterm elections.
Yeah, I have the same fear. Senator, do you think that you should forego the upcoming recess to get this done?
I'm all for it. We don't need a recess. Let's pass the Save America Act. It's more important than taking a break, taking a recess. And I'm back in Indiana for the weekend. I head back to Washington tomorrow. I've heard from people everywhere I go, from the diner this morning to the grocery store, pass the Save America Act. We have to get it done. It's so fundamental to the future of this country to make sure that American elections are only for Americans. By the way, the biggest story this week was the Democrat governor in New Jersey admitting that 6,600 illegals were accidentally registered to vote, and hundreds of them actually voted in the last 2 elections in New Jersey. If that can happen there, and even a Democrat is admitting it, it's the biggest. It's yet the biggest reason and example of why we have to pass the Save America Act.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Midterm elections, and President Trump is urging Senate Republicans to pass the Save America Act before November 3rd. The president posting this on Truth Social last night. The all Republican senators terminate the filibuster, which the Democrats, his word, will do as soon as they get the chance, and pass the Save America Act and everything else, including the budget and upcoming debt ceiling. Do it now before it is too late. President DJT. But some senators say it's not that easy. Well, today marks 100 days until the midterm elections, and President Trump is urging Senate Republicans to pass the Save America Act before November 3rd. The president posting this on Truth Social last night. The all Republican senators terminate the filibuster, which the Democrats, his word, will do as soon as they get the chance, and pass the Save America Act and everything else, including the budget and upcoming debt ceiling. Do it now before it is too late. President DJT. But some senators say it's not that easy.
Who cares? It's not that easy. It is that easy. It is.
Notice how he said no recess. The Senate lead by Thune is denying Trump recess appointments for positions. This is a horrible backstab.
It is. It is a horrible backstab. And honestly, Trump, he should be doing more. He should be doing more. He should be holding Thune's feet to the fire. He should be saying, you know what, Thune? You know what? You're getting in the way of this. You're obviously compromised in some way. We're just gonna have to primary you. You are not in alignment with the Republican Party. You're slow walking this. For whatever reason, you gotta go. You gotta go, John. You gotta go, John. After Trump praised John Thune on multiple different occasions, it didn't work. And I hope that this is a lesson that Trump takes to heart, that you can't butter these people up. You got to destroy them. Here's a thought. Ignore the Supreme Court insane ruling on birthright citizenship. I agree with you. I think, well, actually, there's another option. Pack the court. Get another 9 Supreme Court justices and have them be the most unfathomably base conservatives. They have to pass the Clarence Thomas test. Just get 9 more Supreme Court justices. Have them be the most conservative you've ever seen. That's what I want. The most conservative you've ever seen. That should be the new normal. Let me go back over here and give that a like. Thank you, Renal MD. Thank you guys for your thank you for the support. Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a break for just a minute. I'm gonna take a break for just a minute. I can't yeah, I gotta go. Give me a moment. I'm gonna put on some music. I'll be right back. Unavoidable. Can't avoid it. I'm sick. You gotta give me a break. You know. Here, we'll put on.
Black sun over Zion, air tastes like iron and dust. Three spears, three shadows, crowds crying, craving rust. Thunder stalks the hilltop, temple stones begin to shake. He stands crowned in thorns and silence, every breath the world its take. Spit and taunts like arrows fly. He does not curse, he does not cry. Blood and water trace the wood. He whispers, this is for your good. On this crimson sky of Calvary, he bears the weight men's all for me. Every curse, every chain, every hidden secret stain. Good Friday. Dark as any night, yet in his wound we see the light. Son of man, torn apart, drives the sword out from my nails like iron verdicts, hammered into living grace. Roads torn, gamblers laughing, casting bones beneath his face. Thief beside him trembling, remember me through shattered breath. Today you'll walk in garden spoken over death to death. Earthquake in the unseen war, angels weep and demons roar. Veil is ripped from top to floor, mercy marches through the door. On this crimson sky of Calvary, he drinks the cup, completes the plea. Every doubt, every lie falls away as he will die. Good Friday. Darkest battlefield, yet in his scars our spirits healed. Lion bound, slain as lamb, writes my name upon his last cry, echoes through the ages long. Graves awake, the night recoils, kingdom bought with holy spoil. Helm and shield, I lay them down at the foot of thorn rock crown. All my blame, all my pride, buried where my Savior died. On this crimson sky of Calvary, he breaks the chains and sets us free. Every wound, every tear, gathered, carried, counted here. Good Friday. Shadow veils the sun, but in that dark the war is won. Jesus Christ, lifted high, turns my grave into the sky. and demons roar. Veil is ripped from top to floor. Mercy marches through the door. On this crimson sky of Calvary, he drinks the cup, completes the plea. Every doubt, every lie falls away as he will die. Good Friday, darkest battlefield. Yet in his scars our spirits healed. Lion bound, slain as lamb, writes my name upon his hands. Hey!
All right, we are back. For the time being, we are back for the time being, brothers. Ah, man. So good to see you guys again. It's so good to be back with you. Oh, man. That's just brutal, okay? I got to be honest. This is it's terrible. All right. Yes, you need antibiotics. Yes, I have that on the list. I'm going to pick some of those up tomorrow. I'm going to have somebody pick them up. Yes, I'm going to be getting some antibiotics tomorrow. But somebody also said I needed probiotics as well. They said probiotics would help. So I don't know. Probiotics, antibiotics. I don't know. You know, for a stomach situation like this, I don't know. I may actually have to go into the doctor. Play KOTOR on the pot. Well, I don't think so. Yeah, prebiotics. Yeah, that's yogurt. Start taking those. Yeah, that's what they were talking about. Is they were mentioning Greek yogurt. Yeah, they're mentioning Greek yogurt. Yeah, they told me I did get some advice. They said what's it called? The what's it called? Oh, the brats. The brat diet. Yeah, that's what they were talking about, the brat diet. Bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. That's what they were saying, the brat diet. They said bananas, rice, applesauce, and toast. And I think there was another one. I think it was yogurt as well. Almost every type of yogurt has active cultures. Yeah. Yeah, I if I were to get yogurt, I'd get Greek yogurt. Which, by the way, Greek yogurt is more Greek than Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. Just throwing that out there. Okay. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. Yes, bananas, bananas and rice. Yes, that's true. Hopefully not bananas and rice at the same time. Diet of Kangs. That's right. I didn't even think about that. Oh, God. Hello, guys. Welcome to my stream. It's so good to see all of you again, as always. So thank you so much. Let me tell you about my diet. It is soon going to be rice and bananas. That is my culture as I now identify as a Somali, which means that you must give me your money because I now identify as the treasurer of the United States. I'm going to be eating. I identify. I'm now Somali. No. 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 Oh, no. Oh, man. Anyway. Oh, gosh. All right. Here we go. All right, here we go. Well, brothers, it's a massive day for the fun employed. We're going to be talking about Tectone today. And the thing that's so interesting is this entire story all started with a single tweet of Tectone actually being nice for once. You know, Tectone usually has a way about him. Usually, can sometimes be a little bit abrasive, although he is a sweetheart of a guy, can usually sometimes be a little bit abrasive to the uninitiated. But this time, he literally comes out and he does something nice and they punish him for it. That is brutal. So, Tectone came out and said, holy fuck, I'm not even kidding, 10 out of 10 experience. So he's praising Deltarune chapter, I think it was chapter 1 or chapter 2. But, or maybe it's just the entire thing at this point, where he's just saying Deltarune in general is peak. That's a compliment. That's a praise. Just beat Jevil, beating chapter 1 tomorrow. Okay, so this was before he played chapter 2. What an incredible journey. I get the hype 100%. Positive. Nothing negative, just 100,000 beads of energy. All right, let me start that over. Let me try that again. Let me give me a do-over. Okay, I'm sick. I get another shot. Okay, give me a break. Okay, I'm winging it here. On a wing and a prayer. Okay, I can do it. You see, you gotta find the eye of the tiger. Oh man, gosh. All right. You gotta control your body like Bruce Lee. You gotta say, I am in control. The diarrhea will not control you. Brothers, it's a massive day for the fun employed. We're going to be talking about Tectone, and this story is rather unusual because Tectone was oddly nice over on social media. He made a post on X where he was praising enthusiastically, vociferously, the game called Deltarune. Now, this was a little bit ago. This was before he had beaten the second chapter, but Tectone says, holy fuck, Deltarune is peak. I'm not even kidding. 10 out of 10 experience. Just beat Jevil, beating chapter 1 tomorrow. What an incredible journey. I get the hype 100%. This is what you would want to see. Just some content creator with a large following enjoying your game. If you are part of the Deltarune community, this is somebody enjoying your game, praising your game, saying this is great. But, unfortunately, we've got this guy, Tsukuyomi, that was very triggered and very mad that Tectone was having fun with, quote-unquote, his game. Hey, heads up from the Deltarune community. So this guy speaks for the Deltarune community. fuck off. You will not make it through even chapter 2 before realizing people like you are not welcome in the fandom. And the game will continuously knock down any mental replacement of LGBTQ elements your demented head thinks up. Oh, gosh. You know, that is just such an obnoxious, crass, crude statement to somebody that just did something positive. Now, here's the thing about Tectone, okay? Aside from Mizkif and Hassan, Tectone is one of the pettiest individuals I've seen online. If you tell this motherfucker that he can't do something, you can bet your bottom dollar that he's going to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if Tectone renamed himself Runetone and just basically came out, all right, guys, all right, I'm a Deltarune streamer now. All right, yeah, guys, that's going to be our primo content from now on. We're Deltarune all the way. We're creating a new Deltarune community. We are now the official Delta. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually did that. So this was a boneheaded move. It was a completely poorly thought out, overly emotional move. Now, Tectone responded to my post, telling one of the most petty and vindictive men in the streaming space, behind Mizkif and Hassan, that they aren't welcome in your fan community. It's like waving a tarp-sized red flag at a bull. Now Tectone definitely ain't leaving. He even renamed to Runetone. And Tectone said, I'm claiming Deltarune for the chuds. So like I said, Tectone coming out, and he's gonna reclaim Deltarune for the chuds, for the MAGA fans. If they provoke me again, I will be summoning the Roach Lord to their homes. So I made an image to honor that, sort of commemorate that. You got Tectone with his Roach stand. The Roach King himself. I gotta be honest. AI is fantastic. This has way more aura than I initially thought. Like, this is just dripping with aura. You gotta be honest. This is, like, you can just feel, like, you're a Deltarune fan and this is what you're up against. You know you're in the shit. You know you're in trouble. We got somebody who just says, whoa, okay, seeing that message, first off, why the fuck is Tsukuyomi gatekeeping the game? That is not a Deltarune fan. I don't know. They were so triggered by Tectone saying something positive. Now, I could understand having an adverse or visceral reaction if Tectone came out and said, this game's shit, it's garbage. If you were playing and if you were sucking at the game, couldn't get past the first boss. Basically, if he were playing like Asmongold, like Asmongold does when he plays like Dark Souls games, I would understand. You could be like, okay, all right, this isn't really for this guy. He's terrible. But that's not what happened here. Tectone's like, yeah, I'm playing this game. I'm loving it. I beat the main boss of the first chapter. We're gonna lock in for chapter 2. But for some reason, they just treat him like garbage. They're like, fuck you. And this person's speaking for the entire community. It just makes everything about Deltarune look bad. To this one channel, this one account that's not very big. But damn, I mean, this is an aura-tastic. This is dripping with aura. I love it. But yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you would take this sort of approach. And of course, Tectone responds, "Shut up! I just beat chapter 3 and beat Roaring Night in 30 minutes." So, like I said, Tectone comes out swinging. Okay, swinging, and he has every right to. He has every right to. Ridiculous. So, as a note and a message to anyone who's part of the Deltarune fan community, it's okay to be passionate about your game, but keeping your game from people just enjoying it is a huge mistake. You don't want to alienate people who like your game. You may not like them personally, you may have issues with them, but it's insane. It's ridiculous. You look like a chump, you look like a fool, and Tectone is going to farm you. Like, I'm going to farm you right now, but Tectone may farm you. Deltarune has always been a chud game. For example, on Chapter 3, if you own during the game show, you can earn a rank above S, rank T. Clearly, Toby knew that Tectone would dominate the game. So rank T is for Tectone. Do it anyways. Sub in our Roach King. We must go scorched earth on the Deltarune community. So it starts. Can you do a watch along for the amazing digital? Oh, hell no. Hell no. Oh gosh. Why would you want to do Tectone like that? This must be an op. Oh man. Tectone and myself watching the amazing digital circus. Oh my gosh. Watching that like trainee cartoon. There's no way. There's no chance. There's no chance. He says don't send Asmon to people's homes. Brutal. Anyway. So, yeah, I just wanted to bring this to your attention and talk about it a little bit because I thought it was interesting. It was a teachable moment. And, it's not the biggest internet drama. I mean, of course, we got big news today, like Pokimane, her eggs are drying up and they're screaming at her, have a kid, please. And she's like, no, I'm not going to have a kid because I'm like going to do Hot Girl Summer forever. Like, lol, guys. I'm going to just be a hot girl forever, and I don't need a kid. Ew, gross. I'm like, oh, gosh. Don't even get me started on Pokimane. Or a song. I would just, and just make your skin crawl. But, yeah, I think, listen, if somebody's going to be nice about a game that you enjoy, at least show them a little bit of hospitality, because it does reflect badly on your entire community if you were just viscerally hostile. It makes you look bad. The Sonic fan community has this issue as well. Sonic is a great game, but the fan community are some of the most like disgusting, degenerate perverts of any community. With the not only Sonichu was inspired by that group, but you got these people that are like furries because of that, and it's just gross. Just be nice to people when if they like a game that you enjoy, just be nice, be kind. Anyway, brothers, I'm not going to take too much more of your time on this. I think this image has major aura. But guys, go show some support for Tectone. He's getting married soon. Isn't that amazing? That's such an unbelievable, incredible thing. He's actually getting married and he's talking about having kids. Loved it. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. Now, need to get him going to church more. But, one step at a time. What an amazing thing to witness. The transformation of Tectone from a couple of years ago, it's night and day. God works in interesting ways in your life. You can never really see it in the moment, but when you look back, there's so many different times and moments. But congratulations. No, Tectone hasn't invited me to the wedding. I'm not important enough. I'm not on the VIP list. I'm not like Nux. Nux is on the is on the list, but I'm sure. Yeah. No, I'm not cool enough. I'm not important enough to get the invite. No, us little guys down here, we gotta fight for every scrap. Anyway, congratulations to Tectone. Hopefully he has a phenomenal marriage, and hope everything goes well, and God bless to him. And hopefully he continues to absolutely trounce these pathetic, mewling little weirdos, because they are really insufferable, and they are the worst of the worst. Anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. I've been going. He looks really. Hello, Krang. How you doing, brother? Oh man. JoJo Bizarre Adventure art. Yeah, it does look pretty good. I gotta say. Oh man. All right. Well, do I do I want to do another break, or do I want to just? Do I want to just end things? All right. Okay. All right. We're gonna do one more video, and then I think I'm gonna have to go. I think I'm gonna have to go, guys. I think I'm gonna have to wrap it up early tonight, because man, this stomach bug is just kicking my ass. It's not good. I gotta be honest. I'm so tired of this. It's brutal. It's my fault for eating lettuce. I shouldn't have eaten lettuce. You know. Absolutely brutal. Man. We got Doyle saying something stupid again. I don't know why. I don't know why Doyle says things that are stupid. I think Doyle just says things to get a rise, but you know, Doyle's okay. He's okay. He's listen. He's a very special. He's a very special member. You know, the curse of globalism. Oh boy, you're not kidding. Yeah, the talk about let us be hitting hard. You have no idea, man. Oh man, I don't want to get into it because I don't want this to be like a quartering stream where, you know, it just devolves into shit talk, talking shit. Oh man, all right, give me, all right, all right, give me another minute. I gotta go. All right, I will be back because there are more videos that I want to do. I'm not just gonna end the stream right now, but we gotta go. I'll be back in a couple minutes.
Last cry, first song echoes through the ages long. Graves awake, the night recoils. Kingdom bought with holy spoil. Helm and shield, I lay them down at the foot of thorn-wrought crown. All my blame, all my pride, buried where my Savior died. On this crimson sky of Calvary, He breaks the chains and sets us free. Every wound, every tear, gathered carry He rides the feed when the sun goes down. Scroll-side sheriff of a wired-out town. In a steel cross mask and a ghost white screen. Cleaning out the cracks of the algorithm seams. Tactical Templar, digital crusader, standing in the static where the cowards waver. When the chat turns foul and the swarm grows stranger, he swings a band hammer like a Texas Ranger. Tactical Templar, digital crusader, click by click he's pushing back danger. In the glow of the code where the masks get braver, he's riding for the truth like a Texas Ranger. Through the sludge of the comment flood, threads drip thick like a rust red mud. Calls get loud when the hate runs hard. He draws one line, here's where it stops. They hide in the dark with a twisted grin. He rides straight in, lets the light pour in. One clear voice through the chaos and roar. Not in my town, not on my watch anymore. Tactical Templar, digital crusader, standing in the static where the cowards waver. When the chat turns foul and the swarm grows stranger, he swings that band hammer like a Texas Ranger. The Templar, digital crusader, click by click he's pushing back danger. In the glow of the code where the masks get braver, he's riding for the truth like a Texas Ranger. Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. He rides the feed when the sun goes down. Scroll-side sheriff of a wired-out town. In a steel cross mask and a ghost white screen. Cleaning out the cracks of the algorithm seams. Tactical Templar, digital crusader, standing in the static where the cowards waver. When the chat turns foul and the swarm grows stranger, he swings that band hammer like a Texas Ranger. Tactical Templar, digital crusader, click by click he's pushing back danger. In the glow of the code where the masks get braver, he's riding for the truth like a Texas Ranger. Tactical Templar. He wades through the sludge of the comment flood. Threads drip thick like a rust red mud. Calls get loud when the hate runs hot. He draws one line, here's where it stops. They hide in the dark with a twisted grin. He rides straight in, lets the light pour in. One clear voice through the chaos and roar. Not in my town, not on my watch anymore. Tactical Templar, digital crusader, standing in the static where the cowards waver. When the chat turns foul and the swarm grows stranger, he swings that band hammer like a Texas Ranger. Tactical Templar, digital crusader, click by click he's pushing back danger. In the glow of the code where the masks get braver, he's riding for the truth like a Texas Ranger. He logs in, plates of light, chrome and code, his armor bright, banner made of firewall flame, username carved like a sacred name. He walks the feeds like haunted streets, spam and spite beneath his feet. Every slur, a siren's cry, every lie, a devil in disguise. Tactical Templar, digital crusader, riding on a signal through the static and the slander. Blade of truth blazing in the dark of the net. Holy war raging where the sun never sets. Templar, standing in the crosshair, shield of faith, raised against the swarm and the malware. He won't log off, won't lose this fight, guarding every soul that scrolls tonight. He marks the trolls with the silent sigil, Ben Hammer swing, righteous and lethal, spreads of hate in a viral chain. He cuts each leg like a strand of pain, flushing ghosts and bonded hordes, scripted sin in a million chords. He hears the kids on the other side whisper help in a private cry. Tactical Templar, digital crusader, riding on a signal through the static and the slander. Blade of truth blazing in the dark of the net. Holy war raging where the sun never sets. Templar, standing in the crosshair, shield of faith, raised against the swarm and the malware. He won't log off, won't lose this fight, guarding every soul that scrolls tonight. From data dust to dawn's first ping, he bears the burn of every sting. Is it worth it? Demons taunt. I am the firewall. He responds. Hallelujah. He plants a cross in poison threads, turns dark paths into golden threads. Every heart he keeps from harm.
All right, we're back. We're back for as long as we're back. Oh gosh. I'm dying. Oh no. Reno Levy says, tell me your symptoms. All right, brother. I'll tell you all my symptoms. My stomach hurts. It's very bad. I have to constantly keep running to the bathroom every probably 30 minutes if I'm lucky. 45 minutes if I'm super lucky. And it's the most just liquid, wet, soppy, diarrhea, disgusting. Oh gosh, it's terrible. It's terrible, and I can't stop, and it hurts. I'm getting frequent thrown miles. That's for damn sure. And I don't really have an appetite. I don't really want to eat anything. I've been drinking protein shakes a little bit and trying to maintain a relatively stable diet. Toast with butter and honey, but I don't even want to eat that very much. That's what I'm dealing with constantly in the middle of the night, waking up, having to run to the bathroom because it's like, oh, all right, we're coming. We're coming. It's like, oh, what? You thought you were going to be able to sleep? Nope. No, the dam. We're releasing the dam. Oh man, I'm drinking Gatorade. I'm drinking water. I'm keeping hydrated. As best I can, but man, oh man, it's just brutal, and it's been going on for days. I mean, I think about all the poor people that died of like dysentery and all that shit, and people that like died on the toilet. I have a newfound appreciation and sorrow. Oh man. Oh, brutal. Absolutely brutal. But you know what? The show must go on. And if I wasn't doing this, I'd just be wallowing in misery. I don't encourage this. I don't encourage that people eat lettuce. Don't eat lettuce. Don't be like me. Don't eat any lettuce. Man. All right. Should we get into the quartering segment? Wait, what? The heck? What is this?
Now, welcome back to a series so homophobic, even Eric Cartman subscribed.
What is this, West Jew? Jew Jet? Oh, man. The quartering infected you with the flu. Yeah, I know, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. We got quartering gate.
The libs are making passes a bill to merge the U.S. and Israeli militaries.
Oh God,
Nearly every
no.
Democrat voted no. Oh my God, this is horrible. This is a massive national security threat. I do not want to merge our military with Israel. I think that would be a horrible thing to do. As you can see, this got 11.6 million views. Americans outraged by the treasonous situation that just happened in the Congress. We merged our military with Israel. Now Israel controls our military because we're merged.
Right? We just merged. That's like a fusion dance.
Except that's not what happened at all, actually. And this is a psyop being run on the dumbest people of all time, and it's working, because a lot of people are dumb. Who the hell made up this crap that the NDAA merged our military with Israel? All it does is expand the already existing research and technology agreements that exist between the U.S. and Israel, which we have with basically all of our allies. It's like saying NORAD is a merger of our militaries with Canada. That's a fantastic question, but unfortunately, sir, you are assuming that your enemy does not have a sub-Saharan IQ.
That's true. Sub-Saharan IQ, which is, I think, about 65.
You see, the reason why I said that is because statistically, sub-Saharan people are dumb. I'm not saying that because there's any form of insult into any form of immutable characteristic of any form of individual at all. Any person or entity that might be accidentally offended or insulted by this should take note that I'm saying this for documentary purposes only.
Yes, statistically, sub-Saharan Africans have an IQ of average 65. I mean, yeah.
Not because I think they're dumb as shit, because statistically, according to research done by the World IQ... Yeah. Right, the 6 million Palestinians that died in the Holocaust. Yes, I can't believe that this happened. 6 million Palestinians all died, yeah. Hamas claims there were 70,000, by the way, not 700,000. And no one claims that they were innocent. But anyway, so again, this is what we're dealing with. So Adam, this is a Pakistani that lives in the United Kingdom that...
Well, it seems like the anti-Jew lobby is on the move, and they're retarded, and good on Nux for calling them out. Good on Nux for calling them out. We're gonna be talking about another issue. We're gonna be talking about another topic. Brothers, it's happening. The quartering has finally decided to slither out of the hole that he's been hiding in for months, and he is going to go on a panel to do a debate. Now, who is he going to finally debate? Is it Camelcast? Is it Yellow Flash? Is it PPP? Is it Andy Worski? The Casino Boys? No. No. He has decided that he is going to go on the Alex Jones show and debate Rex Jones, Alex Jones' son. That's right. I'm inviting the quartering and paleo Christian on the Alex Jones show. I'll be hosting all of next week besides Monday. Man, I would like to do an update on the streams/debates we've done so far. Their statements and predictions have not aged well. Let's talk about it. So we have Alex Jones' son basically calling out Andrew Wilson and the quartering.
I'm just going to try to film another one. So I'm rewatching the Andrew Wilson stream, debate, hour, whatever you want to call it, that we did. And it essentially is a stream, a show that revolves around the idea of my position, which is that I watched a debate where Andrew Wilson was debating Owen Schroyer, and Andrew Wilson justified the war and said the kids were better off dead than raped. And he says that's a quip, a rhetorical remark. You know what? I hate black people. I think that they should die, but I'm a civil rights activist. How exactly does that work? It's a joke. It's not true. I'm a civil rights activist. Well, if I'm a civil rights activist, do I make jokes like that? No. And if you're anti-war, if you're pro-peace, anti the Iran war, then you're not going to say the kids were better off dead than raped. Seems to be a pretty simple concept. But I'm watching the show that we did, and there is this lane of thought he goes into where he's like, no, I understand what the problem is. Christian Zionism, of course, and I do agree with that domestically in the United States. Of course, it's world Jewry, and Israel, it's the real problem, but domestically here in the United States of America, it's the evangelical Christians, Christian Zionists largely, that support what's going on in the Middle East. However, he says that as a defense in response to my question about Donald Trump and Donald Trump's responsibility for the war and ultimately for losing the midterms. And he says, no, it's the Christian Zionists. I'm super.
Is he wearing a Sonic the Hedgehog Hawaiian shirt? Is that like a Sonic? Is that what that is? But anyway, if you didn't watch the debate between Andrew Wilson and Rex Jones, I definitely recommend that you take the time to do it because it was a masterclass. And Andrew Wilson absolutely vivisecting Rex Jones. It was brutal. It was one of the most brutal debates that I've seen. Not because it was like back and forth, like two gladiators going at it. No, it was Rex Jones embarrassing himself on like an unprecedented scale. And Andrew Wilson is trying to walk him through some of the most basic concepts like imaginable. Genuine, like some of the most basic concepts. And Rex Jones just didn't get any of it, didn't concede anything. When Andrew walked him logically, sort of like you're walking a dog, walked him logically through each point. And right as Rex was about to get to, like, okay, you've gone from A to B to C. Okay, well, let's go to D. Well, then no, then he goes back to like he genuinely could not, process the logic that Andrew was walking him through when it was so unbelievably basic. Unbelievably basic.
Super major against that, but here's the thing. The Democrats are pure evil.
Yes. Yes. This is a guy that is flirting with the idea of going hard on Trump and hard on the Republicans because this guy wants the Republicans to lose power so Democrats get back in control over Iran. Are you fucking retarded? Am I the only person that remembers the persecution and the just damn near destruction of this country by Democrats? And these fucking freaks want to give them control back? Really? How stupid are you? You want to give Democrats back control because you're upset? Really? Democrats that have just inverted this country and our culture to this disgusting degree? You want more carnage and more suffering because you don't get everything you want with the fucking Iran war? Oh my gosh, it drives me up a wall. It absolutely drives me up a wall. Renal MD, thank you for the 10 month membership. That's crazy. Thank you, brother. Just hit me up on chat. All right, well, when we're done with this, we can have a conversation. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Thank you. I appreciate it. But like this guy is flirting with the idea, and it's the same reason I get mad at Nick Fuentes. Because you're not getting everything that you want. And granted, there are some things that I agree with. There are some things that I agree with that they say. But the majority of it is so short-sighted. No, we need to make sure the Republicans lose. There are other ways to deal with this than having Republicans lose. Hey, genius, why don't you go out there and say, you know what, these Republicans aren't doing well, so we're going to find more conservative Republicans to help primary the current Republicans. That's not what you're doing. Nick Fuentes is saying, I'm telling people to vote Democrat. If you are telling people to vote Democrat in 2026, you are not America first. You can never say that you're America first. I could not imagine voting Democrat or being okay with Democrats retaking power under any circumstances. Man.
And if you support pure evil, then hey, like I just can't be on that side. That's why I ride or die with Trump. That's essentially what he said. Here's the thing. Donald Trump lost himself the midterms. We didn't lose it for him. And Andrew, if you...
The midterms aren't even over. The midterms aren't even here. You don't know that. It's like traditionally the president loses the midterms. We don't know how bad that's going to be. But when you're going out there and you're using your platform to talk about, well, Trump should lose, Republicans should lose because we're not getting everything that we want, because the Iran war, we're willing to let Democrats retake power. If you are willing to let Democrats retake power, you are a fucking problem. And you should be exposed and humiliated. And Andrew Wilson did that. But apparently you didn't learn you didn't learn the lesson. Democrats can never be trusted with power again. Do you understand? You got these Democratic socialists. Do you know what they're planning to do to the country? Holy shit. What Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and these Democrats did to this country. It's going to take us 30 years to get out of this. Imagine Democrats get back in control. And this guy's flirting with the idea because, Iran, a world Jewry. Fuck you. It's unbelievably embarrassing. And you know, I like Alex Jones, but you are a far cry from your father. The apple really did fall far from the tree. You're flirting with letting the Democrats win again. Do you remember what the Democrats did to your father? Do you remember what the Democrats did to him? It's so short-sighted. It's this low IQ, low impulse control, one-dimensional thinking. And we got to be better than that. I agree. There are Republicans that need to be replaced, but you know what we can do? We can replace them with better, more conservative options. But under no circumstances will we ever take one step back and let the Democrats win.
If you pulled your support, you wouldn't lose it for him. He lost it. Because, Andrew, you say it's a 7-week conflict at the time of our recording. Now it's a 150-plus day war. So, like, which is it? You have to make up your mind retroactively. Were you right then and wrong now? And how does that work exactly? Who gets to draw that line? This is the problem with being lukewarm. This is the problem with trying to hold every single position at once. It's probably wonderful to, hey, I'm the quarter, and I'm the quarter pounder, I'm the quarter brain, and I'm not a political commentator, even though I commentate on X all day, all day, all day. All right, I can't do that voice. All day commentates on X, all day.
Well, okay. So his take on the quartering is fun. Yeah, because the quartering, everything that he said about the quartering is correct. But I'm going to do a spoiler alert, okay? I'm going to do a spoiler. I'm going to tell you what Andrew Wilson is going to say. We haven't talked behind the scenes. Andrew Wilson isn't like texting me right now. I'm going to tell you what Andrew Wilson is going to say to you in response to this. He's going to say, it doesn't matter if it's 7 weeks or 7 years. The reality is that Andrew Wilson is not going to allow Democrats to take control over this issue. Because Andrew Wilson, apparently, between you and him, is the only adult in the room to be able to say that allowing Democrats to have complete and total control again over this one issue is retarded. Again, I'm not speaking for Andrew. This is a prediction. I predict that when you try to press Andrew on that, his response is going to be, I don't care how many weeks it's been. The reality is that allowing Democrats to have control is unacceptable. Unacceptable. And it is unacceptable.
Streams on Rumble. Then he comes on my show, and then when I ask him about his comments about glass Iran, bury them all, take the oil, destroy them, all things.
Sure, sounds good. Yeah. I mean, if you are going to go in there and stop them from developing a nuclear weapon, which, by the way, is a threat to the world. It's a threat to the world. And not only that, but Rex Jones, he's ignorant to the fact that Iran was ramping up their ballistic missile program. So it would have been far more difficult for us to deal with them in just 5 more years. But this guy is so short-sighted. He's so one-dimensional. He can't think through these things. I'm so disappointed in our conservative batch of commentators. I'm not even saying that he's a conservative, but in general, the conservative commentators that we have, it's so disappointing. It's so depressing. And listening to people like him, it gives me a headache because it's so retarded. Him and Nick Fuentes and these other people, they're willing to lose. They're willing to lose. We didn't get everything we wanted. You know what he sounds? He sounds like a giant bald fucking baby. I didn't get everything I want. Now I'm going to throw my toys out with the pram. Really? Instead of acting like a man and saying, you know what? We didn't get what we wanted here, but we're going to redouble our efforts. We're going to keep the Republicans in there because they are absolutely the better option. But we are going to culturally move further right wing. We're going to culturally move further this way. I'm going to seek to normalize some of these things like what Asmongold is doing, for example. Asmongold has done more to normalize deportations than you have. He's done more to normalize a lot of these issues that were taboo than you have. Or any of the people in the commentary community have, because he's unapologetic and willing to say, you know what, enough is enough. We're not going to play these games anymore. I want these people deported, and I don't care how you do it. Like, at this point, I don't care how you do it. Just get them out. This is something that's just incredibly important. And you have failed, Rex Jones. You failed. And I imagine that, like last time, Andrew Wilson is going to wipe the floor with you. Because you have no real argument. Now, there's some things that we agree on, but fundamentally, if you are advocating that we lose to punish the Republicans, my answer is no.
Things that he said, by the way. He says, oh, no. It's all a joke. I'm actually anti-war. So there's this common theme where people that claim to have an anti-war position, they're actually lukewarm, which means they're pro-war, they make insane comments and insane statements. Like literally the quartering is calling for like Covenant Halo Master Chief warfare where they glass the continent or they glass a place the size of Western Europe, bury them all. That's the language that he used. Now, Andrew didn't say anything like that, but he said something equally ridiculous when he says, well, you know, the Democrats are pure evil. Well, duh.
Well, duh. It says, because none of them believe in what they are saying. Only a few like Asman, Greenfits, and so have their thoughts in order. Thank you for the 100 bits over there on Twitch. Wow. We actually got people watching on Twitch. Let's go. But yeah, I know, I agree with you. There are very few people over on Twitch and other platforms that are, willing to speak the truth, but conservative commentators, they have been such a letdown. But here's the thing. Like, you don't understand, Rex. You don't get it. Fundamentally, you don't understand. Andrew is going to say what I said. I predict this. That for him, it doesn't matter whether it's a week or 7 weeks or 120 weeks, because what's at stake here is Democrats retaking control. And you make light of Democrats being evil, but Democrats are evil. The Democratic Socialists have taken over the party. Rex, did you not see over the past couple days that David Pakman, this like homosexual twink looking far left ridiculous clown, this guy, he is getting buried by the Democrats. Kyle Kulinski and other people on the far left, they're going after him. They're excoriating him. Like, they're going after David Pakman. The left has gone bye-bye. Looney Tunes. Yeah. Looney Tunes. Yeah, no, we're not letting them back in power at all. So if you have a solution that doesn't involve giving Democrats power and also reforming the Republicans to be more right-wing and be more extreme in those right-wing policies, I'm all ears. I'll listen. But if you're going to get up there and go, guys, we didn't get everything we wanted with the Democrats or with the Republicans. We didn't get everything we wanted. Well, you know what? It sucks. I do. I feel it. I wish Trump were the dictator that they promised, but he's not. Why is Whoopi Goldberg and Hassan Piker, why are they not in jail? Why are there not mass arrests for the Democrats that helped to create the 2020 election fraud scandal? Or the vaccine mandates and all that stuff. Well, why are these Democrats not being mass arrested? Why are they not going after the Democrat judges that are putting forward these ridiculous sentences on criminals? Why are they not going after them? Why are they not arresting Gavin Newsom? Why are they not deporting Zoran Mamdani? Why are they not deporting Ilhan Omar? Like, why are they not doing these things? Yeah, I agree that Trump is not doing what I want him to do. I wish he were more draconian. I wish he were more tyrannical, but he's not. But by the way, being more draconian, being more tyrannical is ironically in the best interest of the country because it's getting out all of the cancer. It's being the chemotherapy that's needed at this point.
But you know what's even worse than pure evil? A person on your side that's weak and breaks your coalition by lying and puts the pure evil people in power. That's what Donald Trump...
That's what you're doing. Listen, we get it. You don't like Trump. That's fine. You don't have to like Trump. That's what you're doing. You are allowing the Democrats to get back in power because you want to punish Trump. But it's not Trump that gets punished. It's us. Listen, when Trump leaves office, he's going to go and he's going to have some island or something he goes to. Not Little St. James. He's just going to go to some island, some resort, and he's going to be able to live out the rest of his life with excess luxury and, any woman he wants. He's going to be able to do that. But it's us that have to deal with the burden of it. It's the everyman. We're the ones that have to deal with the ramifications of another Democrat Senate, another Democrat Congress. And don't get me wrong. I want for there to be change in the Republican Party. I want them to be more conservative. I want all these rhinos. You don't think I want Susan Collins out? You don't think I want Lisa Murkowski out? You don't think I want John Thune out? I want all of them gone. In fact, if it were up to me, I'd be like, let's tar and feather them in the streets. Let's flog them for their betrayal of this country and supporting Democrats for all these years. Yeah, I would love that. That'd be great. But it's not going to happen. But what we can do is we can say, okay, well, we're going to keep Republicans in power and we're going to move towards the right. That's what we're going to do. It's like your short-sighted position is going to put us in an even worse position.
Did by starting the war, allowing the war to continue, whatever you want to say. So as the sands of time keep running down, and here's the thing, I want both Andrew Wilson and the quartering to be correct tomorrow. I want to be proven wrong and look like a complete moron, but I won't be, because I'm right, and I was right on day one for the same exact reasons. So I'll be hosting the Alex Jones show this next week. I really encourage them, both of them, if they want to come on, they're welcome to come on. I want to ask them about, has your position changed since the start of this conflict? Do you feel bad about manufacturing consent for it? Do you feel bad for justifying it? Oh, I didn't justify it, is what it is, blah, blah. I don't believe you. But if you want to make your point to the audience, which is who really matters, and both the quartering and Andrew Wilson tried to play big dog about who they were. I've been doing this long before they were. I was kicked off YouTube along with InfoWars in 2017. There's this whole gang of people that don't know the truth about InfoWars, about our history, about everything we've been involved with. And it's just, it really sucks to see weak sisters like this take over the environment in our absence. But
listen, the quartering isn't taking over anything. Okay? But I agree with you. But the quartering is not taking over anything. The quartering is doing worse than ever. Okay? Andrew Wilson is doing very well. He's doing well. But do not conflate Andrew Wilson. Yeah. Do not conflate Andrew Wilson with the quartering, please. That's an insult to Andrew of the highest degree. Okay? Andrew can actually hold the debate and he can actually do a good job and be entertaining. The quartering can't. The quartering is on too much alcohol, too much SSRIs. The quartering can barely stay awake. So it'd be very interesting to see. Very interesting to see. So, yeah, apparently Rex Jones is coming out and asking these questions, but here's the deal. Here's the deal. I support what's going on in Iran because I understand that Iran is a threat. Now, I don't want boots on the ground. I don't. And I mourn every life lost as an American, but these people over in Iran have been a threat for over 45 years. And your sort of anti-war position, like, I understand it. I do. But Iran has had, how many chances? Here's my question. How many chances has Iran had to sign a deal and then stick by it? And to be true to their deal, true to their word. How many chances? 10? 20? How many chances has Iran had? And anyone who says that Iran is only a threat to Israel is a fucking retard. Iran is a state sponsor funder of terror across the entire fucking region, across the entire fucking world. They're an ally of Russia and China. No, they are a threat to everyone. They destabilized the region. And in a couple short years, their ballistic capabilities were going to be, it was going to make our job a whole hell of a lot harder. In addition to, if they got a nuclear weapon, the entire region would have been destabilized. So, in the short term, it's unfortunate that people lose their lives. Of course, we honor the sacrifice of every serviceman, but your kind of like moralistic, short-sighted bullshit, it's not actually applicable in the world. Iran was given a chance. Do you remember before we even struck Iran, we were trying to get a deal with Iran? You remember? Do you remember, Rex? Do you remember how we were trying to get a deal with Iran before we even launched a single missile? Iran could have come out with a deal. They could have come out in good faith, and this whole thing would have been avoided. But you don't want to address that. You don't want to talk about that. You just want to say, well, but the West is bad. What are you, Hassan Piker now? We are engaged in this because Iran is a force that can't be trusted, and they need to be obliterated. They do. They need to be taken out. The IRGC, by the way, what about the 40,000 plus people that were eliminated by the IRGC? Nothing? Nothing to say about that? Nothing about that absolute atrocity? You're fine with that? You're okay with that? You think that was good? The 40,000 people? The absolutely brutal conditions? You'd be okay with that? Hey, listen. Why don't we play a hypothetical game, okay? Why don't we play a hypothetical game? All right? Let's say you and your dad are in Iran, okay? And your dad is protesting because that's what he does, because he's a damn legend. I don't always agree with him, but I respect what he's done for the country and for the political conversation over years, decades. Let's say you and your dad are in Iran. Let's say the Iranian government kills your dad. And then, they kill everyone else you know. They kill all your neighbors, wipe everyone out, your dissidents. Then they try to sell you back your dad's body and make you pay for the bullets. No, I think that it is unbelievably immoral to sit there and say, no, we should have just left Iran to build a nuclear weapon. We should have left Iran to develop its ballistic missiles. We should have allowed them to become more radical, more tyrannical. I think that is an immoral position. I think it's an indefensible position. I don't think that you have one iota. I don't think you have one iota of argument about why that is in any way okay. Is it because you're afraid that this is going to be a forever war? It's not going to be a forever war. We don't have boots on the ground. We're not sending in the troops. But I support what's going on in Iran. I want them to be obliterated. Not the people, the government. The government of Iran, what it's done is absolutely indefensible. And I know that there are some people like this guy that are all, they're so anti-Israel that they're not willing. It's their one issue. Sort of like Hassan Piker, it's the one issue for this guy.
I'm back, and we're going to talk about it, and we're going to get these things on the record. And nobody's a perfect person. Everyone makes mistakes. I'm not trying to guilt trip anyone into apologizing for their position, but ultimately, it's led to 7 more Americans dying since the time of the Andrew Wilson and the quartering discussion, debate streams, whatever you want to call them. It's led to hundreds more billions of dollars being spent. They can say, oh, that's not true, the numbers. Well, no one knows. No one knows. It'll come out 10 years later that it's 10 times worse than I'm saying right now. The point is, as facts on the ground evolve, there needs to be some reform in these positions. So let's talk to them. I'll see you soon.
Okay. Well, Andrew Wilson responded. He said, didn't learn your lesson the last time, eh? Can't Monday. I can later in the week, though. Hey, it looks like you're about to eat crow. I doubt it. See you Thursday, man. It's still a 7-week conflict that's gonna be all good, right? Bring the clips. I have no problems answering for my coherent and well thought out positions as long as you play them in context. You are going to be hard pressed if you still don't think those soldiers died in a war. Again, I'm happy to defend all my positions. All right, Unk. Or Unk. That's embarrassing. That is absolutely embarrassing. The quartering I accept. So the quartering and Andrew Wilson have accepted. And the thing that's fascinating is that Jeremy from the quartering, he'll duck debates with other people, but he'll go on this one. Anyway, I just think that this whole situation, I think that Rex Jones, he does have some points, but not many of them. And it's delivered in this hyperbolic way that just fundamentally does not understand what's going on or the issues at play today. He's talking about the 7 people that have died. Imagine the people that would have died if Iran had continued. Does he think that Iran is a country that can be reasoned with and negotiated with? A weakened Iran is good for the entire world. The entire world. Especially the region. You think that the Saudi Arabians, you think they like Iran? You think Qatar likes Iran? Especially now when they're like indiscriminately firing missiles? Yeah. And the idea that if Israel no longer exists, they wouldn't attack anyone, that Iran wouldn't attack anyone, it's idiotic. It's absolutely idiotic. Anyway, that's going to do it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me take a look. All right. My cat and dog says hi. Well, hello to your dog. Hello to your dog, brother. Let's see. Wait a minute. Okay. Damn. Congratulations to Tectone. He's doing very well. Wouldn't the U.S., Canada, and Mexico team up to fight the gypsy diaspora? I'm not a cat person. It depends. I typically no, but I think cats are fine if they're nice. You know. I think the cat aesthetic is cool. You know, I like lions and stuff. You know, the lion aesthetic, very cool. All right. Yes. Damn. All right. It says, just ribbing you, man. Chill. No, we're chill. We're just. I'm more of a dog person. Let's see. I don't. Asman finds out Mischief is buying ads. Oh gosh. Brothers, what is the textbook definition of a stalker? Well, I think that maybe Miskiff may be quickly approaching that definition because Miskiff has gone so far as to purchase ads on a very specific YouTube channel. That would be Asmongold. That's right. Miskiff is buying ads on Asmongold's videos. I mean, instead of just making content, moving on, doing his own thing, he can't stop himself. He's got to waste time, energy, and money because Miskiff is a narcissist. He's obsessed with optics. He needs people to like him. He doesn't just want it, he needs it. He craves it. Now, he wants people to think that he doesn't care what they think, but he does. You don't spend this type of money on ads and stuff if you aren't somebody obsessed with optics. Obsessed with them. There is absolutely no reason why Miskiff should be wasting the money that he should be investing in starting a family on petty vendettas like this.
I seen this. Y'all were telling me about this morning. Really, bro? Really, bro, has it come down to this? Has it really come down to this, bro? This is honestly... I don't even know. I did not even know that there was a level that you could get to that was this low. There is desperation. There is peak desperation, and there's like 3 other levels below that, and then there's this. Oh my God. Miz is buying ads to put on Asmon's channel about this advertiser. So this is, you can look at this right here. Advertiser paid for Matthew Masranino. Location, United States. Why you're seeing this ad. Watch the video yourself. And so this is sponsored. You can see this here. Watch the video yourself. So he's paying to have... Isn't this harassment by this point?
No.
No, I think it's funny.
It is hysterically funny. No, listen, is it like stalkerish? Yeah, probably. It's weird, creepy, obsessive, but it's funny. It is funny. I wouldn't classify it as I mean, maybe, like, Asman, if you're being honest, maybe this is harassment. Because he is deliberately targeting your video to put another video of his video on top of your video. And he's having to pay to do it. Now, can you imagine if somebody else did this? Can you imagine, like, for example, can you imagine the response if Asmongold paid money to put his video on top of Asmongold's videos? Or, I'm sorry, Hassan's videos? Like, if Asmongold paid money to put his video on top of Hassan's videos before they watch, Hassan would absolutely make fun of Asmongold. He'd be like, you have no motion. This is embarrassing. You're just paying money to be in my orbit. And you know what? He'd be right. This is really freaking embarrassing.
I think it's funny. I mean, like, he has the The thing is, everybody has their freedom of speech. He can say what he wants to. And you know, he didn't agree with that. He didn't think that everybody did have their freedom of speech. He learned that they did. But initially, he thought they didn't. So this was an educational process. Cost me $100,000, this educational process about the First Amendment. But that's okay. That's fine. So anyway, he's fucking paying people. He's paying Google to do ads, right? And to be fair, this could be a person impersonating him. This could be somebody pretending to be him. We're not 100% sure that it's him. But it sure looks like him. I'll tell you that. And no, it's him. Oh my God. And like, here's how you know this is the most bitch-made thing for him to do. And again, like, this is the kind of stuff I wish that this resourceful, like, fucking weasel was able to do this with our company, because we would have been so much more successful. So the reason why he put Pinky Chew's photo, Pinky Chew is, you know, Tectone's ex.
Yeah, Tectone's ex-girlfriend is so that Tectone can't react to it.
Girlfriend. I met her before. She was nice. Apparently.
Yeah, she's an absolute monster.
Only them, and I don't look.
Look, she just falsely accused your friend of a serious crime. She's mentally unstable. She used it as an opportunity. Look, she's an absolute manipulative bitch. I'm not saying that Tectone did everything right, but what she did was absolutely diabolical and disgusting. She did what Ms. Kip tried to do. She tried to silence him and get his free speech taken away so that he didn't have the right to speak his mind. Absolutely disgusting. Anyone who's for free speech will be immediately against Tectone's ex, Pinky Chew.
I met her twice, okay? So I don't know about all the details, but she seemed fine to me. But apparently they really didn't get along. I went to court and everything. So he put the photo of Pinky Chew. This is my understanding. He's using the photo of Pinky Chew in order to make it to where Tectone won't be able to react, because Pinky Chew has a protective order against Tectone.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty pathetic.
So it's like a fucking... It's like putting up like a cross or something.
Yeah, it's a protective spell because he's so weak.
In a church so a vampire can't get in. Actual legal order? I don't know. It's so fucking stupid. Everything about this is retarded, okay?
True.
That's crazy. That is crazy, huh? Wow. Is this a smart businessman? Apparently not. It's probably not working, right? I mean, I don't know if it's really working.
Yeah, I do think Asmongold gets paid for ads on his videos, so I think indirectly Mizkif is paying Asmongold. I don't know if Mizkif realizes that him having a psychosexual obsession with Asmongold and I doesn't save his career or change the fact he's a... Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. But, yeah, what an interesting story. You know, we got to go full demon time, I guess. But Mizkif is paying for ad space. Even Hassan Piker hasn't done something this low. Even Hassan Piker hasn't done something this pathetic. That tells you a lot. When this is something even beyond the realm of Hassan Piker, that is rare territory. That is a category in and of itself. And what I would say to Mizkif is just, listen, I don't know you, okay? From everything that I've seen, you're awful, okay? You're a narcissist, you're on drugs, you're obsessed with materialism and optics, and you are not a humble person. You're not a decent person. What I would just say is these vendettas are destroying you. They are taking capital away from, you know, your family and things that you could be doing positively, all for this vain sort of optic show. It seems like you have enough money if you can file these frivolous lawsuits. It seems like you can use that money to do something good for yourself, maybe having a family, and moving on. But you are living stuck in this world, obsessed with these people, and you are paying a fortune, and you are like, take the image of Pinky Chew down. It's a pathetic thing. You just don't want him to react to your videos. What are you, a coward? Like, come on. And so this is so beneath. I say it's beneath you, but it's really not. But it should be beneath you. You're paying for ads on Asmongold's videos. What else are you paying for? What else are you doing? Why? Why are you not just focusing on making better content? Why are you not focusing on improving yourself? You should be going to church. You should be getting off drugs. You should be getting off of alcohol. You should be going to the gym. You should be taking better care of your mind and your soul. You know? Says we have AI filtering now. Tectone could spend $5 with Anthropic to simply filter out the image and react to them anyway. Yeah, it's true. But the problem is that Misgift's content isn't even worth reacting to. Oh, man. Oh, somebody in chat. Oh, gosh. Somebody in chat brought up that, yeah, Misgift admitted. Listen, okay? Listen. Sometimes when you are desperate for attention, you say things online that you shouldn't say. You know, the quartering has learned this. Well, he hasn't learned the lesson, but he should have learned the lesson by now. You know, yeah, Misgift is an overshare.
All right. There's like 5 things you could be thinking. No, right I know. And one of them is really funny. You know, I think we have to get targeted on 1v1, right? Okay, sure. Never have I ever fucked somebody with a strap on. What is wrong with you? Yeah, so you want to pull the make out with a girl one. Guess what? Guess so what? Much more like she can pull the bike or
The crazy part is Emmy is still fucking me. Yes, Emmy used a strap on me. This was in the end. I'm done. I'm not talking about it.
Oh, that's right, guys. Misgift admitted that he got pegged. He got pegged by Emeru. That's brutal, man. That's so fucking brutal. Anyway, that's gonna do it. We're gonna wrap things up on that bombshell. We're gonna wrap things up there. Misgift, just leave Asmongold and Tectone alone. I mean, it's pathetic. Anyway, that'll do it. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Oh, Shield, what? You don't you don't like Misgift? Now that you know that he likes to get pegged, you're not a fan of his? You're not a fan of Misgift now that you know he likes to get pegged? I thought you were his biggest fan. Okay. All right. Is the stream over? No. I mean, it may be. It depends. It depends on my constitution. It depends on how much longer I can go. Okay. I'm going to buy ads on your channel. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, listen. If you were to buy ads on my channel, let me just break it down. If you were to buy ads on my channel, it'd probably be the first time that you've ever actually patronized my channel. So I'd be okay with that. It'd be the first time you'd be giving me money. You know, it'd be the first time you'd be giving me money. I'd say I say, you know what? Thank you. Thank you for your patronage of my channel. I appreciate your support. I'd say we couldn't do it without people like you giving me money. It'd be like Mr. Krabs. GG get paid then. Yeah, I get. Are you kidding me? I didn't think Shield had any money. I mean, he's never donated to my channel before. I just assume you're broke. If you're a broke boy, just say so. Oh gosh. Man. If you're a broke boy, just say so. Oh gosh. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking with you, Shield. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Okay. Oh, what the hell? What the hell is this? It's not real. That can't be. That's not. Is that real? No. You got to be kidding me. That has to be AI. This has to be AI. This can't be real. This has to be AI. What the hell?
制御できるのが僕しかいないのと、気分でしか元に戻れないのが欠点っすかね。ま、この姿の夜市さんもこれはこれで可愛いんで、僕は別にいいんすけどね。お、そっか、そろそろ5分っすね。免疫剤の効果が切れる頃だ。お疲れ様、夜市さん。あとはゆっくり毒抜きしましょう。
So that's real. That's actually real. That's from Bleach. That's one of the most popular animes. It's actually real. You got to be fucking kidding me. That's from Bleach? It's what is even anime anymore? What the fuck is even anime? I mean, like, what is that? I thought for sure that had to be AI. Like, come on. But apparently that's actually from... Wow. All right. Well. Oh, gosh. What are we even doing? It says, that's rather tame considering what anime was. No, I get it. It's not pornography, but it's like, I just was not expecting. I wasn't expecting her to transform into a cat lady that's basically naked and start licking his face. I just wasn't expecting that. That's Bleach, by the way. Bleach, the super popular anime. Japan needs another sun dropped on them for making me watch that. Oh gosh. Kamala Harris running. Oh my gosh. Guys! Kamala Harris is reportedly preparing to run for president of the United States again in 2028. Guys, can you imagine? Can you imagine Kamala Harris running for president in 2028? I mean, I just it's unbelievable. It's so amazing. I can't even. Oh man. Please, Democrats, please do this. Please do this. Please run. You know what? In fact, I'm still in shock. Like 3 hours ago. Oh man, guys, can you imagine this? Hey, you know what? Doyle and Shield and chat, they come from this thing called the Sector, whatever that is. I bet you they would be huge fans of Kamala Harris if she picked AOC as her running mate. Kamala Harris can be the official candidate of the Sector. You guys can like cheer her on, root for her, girl power. You know, women of color, they get it done. I want Kamala Harris to run. I want her to run for president. Let's go 2028, Kamala Harris. We got to make this happen. We got to make this happen, and you know what? We got to make sure Trump runs in 2028. Only if AOC does another dance like she did in college. I'll pass Trump advance. Just don't do Joe Biden for 2028. Even I have standards. Oh gosh. And Joe Biden's like, I want to be a two-term president as well. I'm gonna run for if Joe Biden ran for president again. We're gonna make vegetables great again. Oh my gosh. I'll pass. I'm voting for Trump advance. Wow, that's the first base thing that Doyle has ever said in my chat. Absolutely based. Yeah, we need Trump advance 2028. Anyway. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap things up for the night. I want to thank each and every one of you who came and supported. It means more than you can know. Your support for the channel. It's incredible. So thank you. I just want to say God bless you. God be with you. And now I got to go. And hopefully you have an amazing night. And on that bombshell, I'll see you next.